Hi everyone, happy Monday. Hopefully everything's going well this week and you're excited about starting week 7. We're going to be talking about rubrics, models, and guidelines. All right, so it's important for every activity that we have to have either a rubric with criteria or some guidelines or models. It really does help students to understand what is expected from them. And plus, the great thing about it that I've done in the past, and you can do as well, is a lot of times your students have the exemplary examples and models that you can share with students coming up. You just ask their permission, and most of the time they're very happy to share those great examples of exemplary work. All right, so I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can add rubrics to your assignments and to your discussions. So let's get started. Okay, so I have 2 different kinds of instructions for creating rubrics. Sometimes we like to go to the rubric creator and we like to set them all up at once, create them all at once, and then assign them or link them to an assignment or a different discussion or activity. Okay, so if you go to outcomes, you can click on this little icon. It's just little 3 dots and go to manage rubrics. So when I brought my course over from Blackboard, I already had some rubrics. For some of you, you're doing this because we are moving from Blackboard to Canvas. If you don't have any rubrics, you're going to be able to click on Add Rubric, and then you'll be able to set up a rubric, create it, and it will be in the list. Okay, so some of our instructors like their workflow like this. They create everything all at once, and then they go out to the areas and actually, you could call it attach or link or connect them. Okay, so if you're going to add a rubric to your discussion, you're going to come over here to the discussion area. Now, if you haven't already added a rubric to the start here first, please introduce yourself rubric, you'll be able to click onto that discussion. You're going behind the scenes where you can edit, but this time you're going to the cogwheel and you're going to select Add Rubric. Now, if you want to create it on the fly, you can. See, this rubric template is ready for you to create a rubric. You can add criterion. Right here, I've asked you to have 5 different criterions for your rubric. Now, you may not use 5, every time you create a rubric. I certainly don't, but I'm asking you to try that. Now, if you've created ahead of time in the outcomes, then you're going to click on this Find a Rubric, and you're going to locate the one that you have created, and you can select it, and you'll just want to make sure that you scroll down and you are going to click on Use this rubric, and it's going to come in here to that discussion area. Okay, then you're all ready for it, and you'll be able to just close it. And now when your students go over here to the cogwheel, because you're going to direct them, they're going to be able to see that rubric that you've actually used for them. Okay, so I think it's pretty easy. It's the same thing for an assignment. It's even easier though, because you don't have to click on the cogwheel. When you create your assignment, let's just say we're going to select our assignment because we want to add a rubric to it since we haven't done it before. We're going to come over here to our assignment. Notice I clicked on it, and guess what? The plus sign, Add the Rubric, is right here. So you can either create it on the fly, make sure you save it and create it, or you can go find the one that you created ahead of time. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit more about that on Tuesday evening. I'll show you in more detail, but I think you're going to find the rubrics are very easy to use. I also want you to discuss in this weekly discussion, I want you to discuss how are you going to provide guidelines, rubrics, and models for some of your assignments that you're going to be giving your students. And also, please, I'm going to leave the survey out a little bit longer. I need your participation and your feedback. I really appreciate all your help. Hey, have a great week, and I'll see you online. Thank you.